Welcome to On the Case with Detective Alex Cardinale. In this gripping YouTube series, Detective Cardinale delves into the most notorious crimes that have captivated America. Which crime will be discussed tonight? Will it be a mass shooting, a murder, a rape, or a bank robbery? Whatever it is, it shocked America. Step into the world of crime investigation as Detective Cardinale uncovers the truth behind the crime. Delve into the web of intrigue surrounding the suspects involved in the crime. Detective Cardinale will analyze their motives, alibis, and connections to the crime. Don't miss out on the thrilling journey of uncovering the truth. On the Case with Detective Alex Cardinale goes live on air right now.
Welcome to On the Case with Detective Alex Cardinale, where each episode takes you deep into the heart of some of the most intriguing and complex investigations. Tonight, we embark on a journey to Austin, Texas, traveling back to the year 2018. This episode unravels the chilling details of the Austin bombings that shook a city and gripped the nation, orchestrated by none other than Mark Anthony Condit. We'll delve into the mind of a bomber, uncover the meticulous detective work, and explore the relentless pursuit of justice. Prepare yourself for an in-depth exploration of a case that left an indelible mark on Austin. Now, without further ado, let's welcome your detective on the case, Alex Cardinale.
Hello and welcome to an all-new episode of On the Case. I'm your host, Detective Alex Cardinale. Today, we're going to talk about a rather explosive case. That's right, it's explosive because it was a series of bombings that had devastating impacts on the city of Austin, Texas. 2 innocent people lost their lives, and 5 people were killed, and eventually the perpetrator was also killed during a bombing before he was caught. What can cause an American citizen to want to terrorize citizens of Austin, Texas? One can only speculate what's going through the mind of an American citizen who sends out these packages that exploded and killed 2 people and injured 5 others. It is absolutely bonkers to think that a United States citizen can be the one that sends out some explosive bombs that injures people. Tonight on the case, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about the deadly Austin, Texas bombing from March of 2018 in Austin, Texas. I'm going to talk about the perpetrator, Mark Anthony Condit, and then I'm going to talk about all the crimes that he did with his bombings. And at the end of the show, I'll share my thoughts on this horrific crime. So please hit the like button if you find this episode informative and you enjoy this episode of On the Case. Please smash the like button and share this video with your friends so that they can see it as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this episode started. We're going to start with a brief summary of what this crime is about and what we're going to talk about. So here's our brief summary. The Austin serial bombings occurred between March 2nd and March 21st, 2018, mostly in Austin, Texas. In total, 5 package bombs exploded, killing 2 people and injuring another 5. So 7 total victims, 2 deaths and 5 injuries. The perpetrator, 23-year-old Mark Anthony Condit of Pflugerville, Texas, was pulled over by police on March 21st. Condit detonated an explosive inside his vehicle, killing himself and injuring a police officer. That's a brief summary of what we're going to talk about right here, right now on the case. Let's start by discussing the bomber and the suspect, Mark Anthony Condit. So, Mark Anthony Condit was born on June 16th, 1994, and he died on March 21st, 2018. He lived in Pflugerville, Texas, which is just outside of Austin, Texas. He grew up in a very religious Christian family. He is the eldest of 3 children. He attended Austin Community College from 2010 to 2012, leaving without graduating, but in good academic standing. He was homeschooled by his mother, who in February 2013 officially graduated him from high school. He wrote blog posts in 2012 where he identified as a conservative who was not that politically inclined. He argued for the death penalty and argued against same-sex marriages and sex offender registries. He repeatedly was part of a club called Righteous Evasion of Truth, RIOT, apparently named after a Carman song. The club's members homeschooled children, practiced survivalism, and held Bible studies. Mark Condit moved out of his family home a few years before the bombings and into a house nearby that he bought with his father and lived in with 2 roommates. He spent several years as an employee of Crooks Manufacturing, which makes semiconductors, but he was fired 8 months before the bombings for poor performance. He previously had no criminal record. Police found a 25-minute video on Condit's phone in which he described the devices and confessed to the bombings, but the video does not explain how he chose his victims. Austin Police Chief Brian Manley described the video as the outcry of a very challenged young man talking about challenges in his life that led him to this point. He declined to label Condit a domestic terrorist because he does not at all mention anything about terrorism, nor does he mention anything about hate. Texas Governor Greg Abbott wondered, was his goal to terrorize, or did he have some other type of agenda? Obviously, there was terror. The video has never been released. On March 29th, after a criticism of his earlier statements, Chief Manley reversed his stance and called Condit a domestic terrorist for what he did to us. And that is information on the suspect, Mark Anthony Condit. And for a period of about 18 days or so, Mark Anthony Condit terrorized Austin, Texas with mail package bombs that really affected 7 people. 2 died and 5 were injured. Let's learn about his crimes, which were those deadly bombings. And unfortunately, we're going to have to learn about 2 of the victims from this bombing. So, on March 2nd, 2018, 39-year-old Anthony Stephen House was killed by picking up an apparent package bomb at his home. Austin Police Department Assistant Chief Joseph Chacon floated a theory that House might have bombed himself, perhaps while assembling the device. Chacon also told residents not to worry. On March 12th, 17-year-old Draylin Mason was murdered and his mother injured by an explosion. And another explosion that day seriously injured 75-year-old Esperanza Herrera, who was visiting her elderly mother's house. The second of the March 12th bombs was repeatedly addressed to a different address. A suspected tripwire activated package bomb injured two men, a 22-year-old and a 23-year-old, in a residential neighborhood in southwest Austin, Texas on March 18th. The men suffered serious, although not life-threatening injuries. Unlike the previous bombs, which were left on doorsteps, this bomb was left on the side of the road, attached to a "Drive like your kids live here" sign. Following this forced blast, Austin police warned the public of a serial bomber possessing a higher level of sophistication, a higher level of skill than initially thought. On March 20th, around 12:25 a.m., a bomb exploded in a package at a FedEx ground faculty in Schertz, Texas, injuring one employee. The package was intended for an address in the city of Austin. Later that day, another package bomb was intercepted and defused at a separate FedEx faculty in southeast Austin. The two packages were sent by the same person from a FedEx store in Sunset Valley. After the first bombing, the Austin Police Department announced it was investigating the death of Anthony House as a possible homicide. Chief Brian Manley said, "We have no reason to believe this is anything beyond an isolated incident that took place at this residence, and no reason to believe this is in any way linked to a terrorist attack. But we are not making any assumptions. We are conducting a thorough investigation to rule that out." On the following Monday, March 5th, Austin police identified the first victim as Anthony Stephen House and said the death was being treated as suspicious. The first police theory was that House was an unintended victim who was killed by a bomb meant for someone else, perhaps a suspected drug dealer who lived in the neighborhood. Assistant Chief Joseph Chacon said, "Police can't rule out that Mr. House didn't construct this himself and accidentally detonated it, which in case would be an accidental death." Later, police began to investigate House's finances. After the third bombing, the Austin Police Department began to investigate the connections between the victims. House's father was close friends with Mason's grandfather. Both of the elderly men attended the same church and are prominent members of the African American community in Austin. Police also cautioned the public against opening suspicious packages and advised them to call the police instead. Because the bombs appear to target the east side of Austin, which predominantly consists of poorer African American and Latino residents, local activists questioned whether the police advisory and investigation was delayed. By March 20th, the police had received more than 1,200 calls about suspicious packages. Wow, 1,200 calls. That is an insane number of 911 calls for suspicious packages. Over 500 agents of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives assisted local police in the investigation. Representative Michael McCall called it probably the biggest investigation since the Boston bombings. Former Deputy Director of the FBI, Weldon Kennedy, told news outlets he believed the culprit was a single, highly organized, and efficient person because of the rapid pace of the bombings, use of package bombs, and apparent proficiency in the creation of explosives. By March 20th, Texas Governor Greg Abbott had allocated $265,000 in government spending for the investigation. Austin police officially connected the March 2nd bombing following the bombings on March 12th. The first 3 packages were not mailed, but instead placed near victims' homes. 2 of the first 3 bombs were triggered upon being picked up, and another triggered upon being opened. The 4th bomb was activated by tripwire. The 5th bomb was triggered in a sorting faculty in Schertz, and the 6th was discovered and disarmed in a similar sorting faculty in Austin. A FedEx store in the Austin suburb of Sunset Valley was cornered off early in the morning of March 20th after local police tracked down the origin of the package that exploded at the sorting faculty in Schertz. Police first offered a reward of $65,000 for information leading to an arrest and conviction of the bomber or bombers. Later, this sum was increased to $100,000, and the Texas governor's office added another $15,000. Police discovered the bombs used some common household ingredients. As part of the investigation, agents collected and reviewed receipts and sales records from stores for suspicious purchases of those components. This review identified Mark Anthony Condit as a person of interest, specifically a large purchase of nails to be used as sharpnail in the bombs by Condit at Home Depot in Round Rock alerted investigators, as well as uncommon batteries used in bombs that came from Asia. A federal search warrant was obtained for Condit's IP address, and the evidence gathered indicated he has used Google to search for information on shipping. Investigators also obtained a witness sketch of the man. Condit was captured on security videotape at the FedEx store in Sunset Valley, where he had shipped 2 explosive devices. The surveillance footage captured a red 2002 Ford Ranger with no license plate. Investigators examined records for all matching cars in Texas for white males, possibly in their 20s. The footage also captured the man wearing pink construction gloves sold at Home Depot stores by examining hours of surveillance video from Home Depot locations in and around Austin, Texas. Investigators were able to find footage showing what appeared to be the same man. This evidence allowed investigators to narrow the range of persons of interest to a small number of people. At least one neighbor of Conduit noticed people sitting in parked cars along the street on the night of March 20th, which she now believes were unmarked police vehicles quietly staking out his house. Early on March 21st, police moved in to make an arrest. They tracked Condit to a hotel room in Round Rock, north of Austin, then on to Interstate 35, where they pulled him over at around 2 a.m. in the morning. As SWAT officers approached, he detonated a bomb in the vehicle, killing himself and injuring one other officer, prompting other officers to fire upon the vehicle. The Austin Police Department closed a southbound section of the interstate where FBI and ATF agents were dispatched to investigate. And those are the crimes committed by Mark Anthony Condit. Mark Anthony Condit went around and put out 7 packages. 5 of the packages exploded, killing 2 innocent people and injuring 5 other people. What can cause someone to want to do such harm to citizens of Austin, Texas? It's beyond me. It is absolutely sickening that someone could even think about detonating these deadly bombs. So my thoughts and my prayers go out to our first victim, Stephen Anthony House, and our youngest victim, Draylon Mason. My thoughts and prayers go to Stephen House and Draylen Mason for losing their lives in this horrific crime. Bombs are no joke. Bombs are completely painful and deadly. All right now we're going to go ahead and take a quick intermission. During this intermission, you're going to learn about some special upcoming live streams coming up here on my YouTube channel, The Real Alex Cardinale. When I come back, we're going to recap this crime, and I'm going to share my thoughts on this horrific crime. Don't go anywhere. On the Case with Detective Alex Cardinale continues right after this, folks.
Dive into the deep with Piranha Saturday Live. Join us this Saturday, October 19, 2024, at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific for a special Piranha edition of Saturday Live with Alex Cardinale on YouTube, The Real Alex Cardinale Channel. Get ready to explore the fascinating world of piranhas as we spotlight the red-bellied, black, and Manueli piranhas, our three animals of the world. Are piranhas truly as dangerous as they're made out to be? Discover the truth, along with expert tips on keeping these intriguing creatures in home aquariums. But that's not all. Delve into the unique characteristics of Hydacentris and meet their vegan cousins, the Mylians. In the spirit of Halloween, Aqua Alex's featured fish is the formidable Gobi wolf cichlid. Plus, enjoy Halloween fun with spooky facts, discussions on Halloween Oreos and Twix ghosts, and even some surprising facts on ESPN. Don't miss out on this fantastic event. Set your reminders, grab your candy, and prepare for a thrilling aquatic adventure. Live Saturday, October 19, 2024, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on YouTube channel The Real Alex Cardinale.
Get ready for a spectacular culinary comeback. Mark your calendars and sharpen your sweet tooth because Chef Alex Cardinale is making his grand return to Saturday Live. Join us on Spooky Saturday Live, October 26, 2024, at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, for an unforgettable evening of ghoulishly delightful baking. Chef Alex will be casting culinary spells in the kitchen, whipping up a bewitching array of Halloween treats. Watch as he creates mouthwatering Halloween sugar cookies, frightfully fun Halloween whoopie pies, and eerie Oreo crumb cookies made with Halloween-themed Oreos. Don't miss this chance to see Chef Alex in action, bringing his magical touch to your favorite desserts. Tune in live and get ready to indulge in some spine-tingling sweetness. It's the last Saturday Live before Halloween. Let's make it a scream. Round Pushpin live on Spooky Saturday, October 26, 2024, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Get ready for a spine-tingling evening with Spooky Saturday Live with Alex Cardinale. Join us on October 26, 2024 at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time for the final Saturday Live before Halloween, where the monsters come out to play. Chef Alex will whip up some frightfully delicious desserts, including Halloween sugar cookies, Halloween whoopie pies, and Halloween Oreo crumb cookies that are sure to haunt your taste buds. Dive into the eerie aquatic world with Aqua Alex as he showcases his collection of spooky fish, and don't miss WWE fan Alex Cardinale's countdown of the most terrifying wrestlers in history. Detective Alex will unravel the scariest crimes that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Plus, discover the spooky animal of the week and so much more. Let's end the Halloween 2024 season with a spooky bang. Tune in to Spooky Saturday Live with Alex Cardinale and embrace the chills and thrills.
Get ready for the ultimate Halloween recipe throwdown. Join us live on Sunday, October 27th, 2024, for a spine-tingling culinary event hosted by the one and only Chef Alex. Dive into the hauntingly delicious world of Halloween with recipes that are sure to thrill your taste buds and impress your guests. From creepy, crawly cookies to ghoulishly good appetizers, Chef Alex will guide you through a collection of spooky desserts and savory treats that are perfect for your Halloween festivities. Don't miss out on this frightfully fun event. Mark your calendars, gather your ingredients, and get ready to cook up some magic. Sunday, October 27th, 2024. Live on our YouTube channel, The Real Alex Cardinale, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Why? Because Halloween deserves the best treats. See you there, if you dare.
Get ready for a spooktacular night of entertainment as you join The Real Alex Cardinale for a thrilling Halloween 2024 livestream. Tune in on Thursday, October 31st, at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific to experience a Halloween like no other. Host Cookie Monster Alex Cardinale, known for his love of cookies and playful monster antics, will guide you through an evening filled with eerie excitement. Enjoy Halloween music, spine-tingling stories, fascinating fish-keeping discussions, and delve into infamous Halloween crimes. Special appearances by Chef Alex, Detective Alex, and Aqua Alex promise to make this live stream a hauntingly memorable event. Don't miss out on this frightfully fun celebration, and remember to catch all the chills and thrills live on The Real Alex Cardinale YouTube channel. Happy Halloween, and see you there. Live Thursday, October 31st, 2024 at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on YouTube channel The Real Alex Cardinale.
Welcome back to On the Case with Detective Alex Cardinale, and that's right, I, Detective Alex Cardinale, will be live on Spooky Saturday Live and live on Halloween Live to discuss some Halloween crimes. But tonight we are talking about the deadly Austin, Texas bombing that took place in 2018 in Austin, Texas. It was 7 bombs that went off, 2 people were injured, and 2 people died and 5 others were killed. 2 people died, 5 others were killed, and the perpetrator also died in an explosion in his car. So we're getting ready to wrap up this show. It was a really quick crime to talk about, but it's a crime that you usually don't hear too much about. You usually don't hear about a lot of bombings or package explosions, and thankfully so, because these bombings are quite deadly. They can have fatal consequences, as we've learned tonight. So let me share my thoughts on this case, and then we'll wrap up this great show. So, my thoughts. What in the world can force a 23-year-old young man to go out and create these deadly pipe bombs, these deadly package bombs? What can cause him to do that? Then to place them at complete strangers' houses, putting people he doesn't even know, innocent people, in harm's way. I don't know. I don't know what goes through someone's head like that. They're not right in the head, that is for sure. Maybe he had a troubled life. We don't know. But you don't take it out on other people, especially fathers. So Stephen House, or Anthony House, was the father, and he sadly perished. And now Draylen Mason will never be able to live out his dream of being a musician. So I first learned about this case on an ID discovery program known as See No Evil. I watched it and I thought, I got to talk about this because I want to share my thoughts on this case. When I first saw the episode on See No Evil, I said, this is an American doing this, so there's no way this is an international terrorist. But I think it's just a sick, twisted American citizen who wanted to instill fear in American citizens in Texas, and he wanted to get some sort of sick joy out of it. That's what I think he did. It was to instill fear and frighten people, and he got some kind of sick, twisted joy out of it. It's a really sick and twisted thing to do. And I think the only justice in this is that the perpetrator, the guy that created the bombs, he ultimately died in his car at the hands of his explosives. Such a shame that a young man at the age of 23 had to turn to violence and use of bombs for a horrific act. So sad, but also so depressing at the same time. All right, so let's get to a complete recap of this episode. So I'm going to go over the brief summary once again for those that are just tuning in now. So the Austin serial bombings occurred between March 2nd and March 21st, 2018, mostly in Austin, Texas. In total, 5 package bombs exploded, killing 2 people and injuring another 5. Also, the perpetrator, 23-year-old Mark Anthony Condit of Pflugerville, Texas. He was pulled over by police on March 21st. When he was pulled over by police, he detonated an explosive inside his vehicle, killing himself and injuring a police officer. This is a really sick and twisted crime. And luckily, it's been the only bombing in the United States since 2018. All right, that is tonight's episode of On the Case with Detective Alex Cardinale. We're going to talk about a famous crime case. An NFL player turned into a murderer. On the next episode of On the Case with Detective Alex Cardinale, we're going to talk about the homicides committed by New England Patriots player Aaron Hernandez. That's right, we're going to break down the murders that Aaron Hernandez did on the next episode of On the Case with Detective Alex Cardinale. Crime junkies, if you enjoyed this episode, please smash that like button and check out On the Case with Detective Alex Cardinale's playlist right here on my YouTube channel so you can watch my previous episodes of On the Case. Stay safe and remember, if you see something, say something. Never be afraid to dial 911. Good night, everyone, and thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching this live stream on the Real Alex Cardinale YouTube channel. We hope you enjoyed today's live stream. Whether you learned about tropical fish, a crime, an American tragedy, or had fun on Saturday Live, your view is what keeps the great content coming. Thank you for supporting Alex Cardinale and watching this live. It's hard to believe we are quickly approaching 11 years together. Get ready for a big 11-year celebration taking place in New Jersey. Special thanks to our sponsor A.C.E Aquatics for helping our channel grow. Looking for quality tropical fish? Check out oasisaquaticsnj.com. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Share this video on social media and let your friends view too. Remember, sharing is caring. Subscribe for more awesome videos. Thanks for watching and stay legendary. Goodbye for now. We will see you on the next live.